Palestinian officials say at least 10 people have been killed by an Israeli airstrike on a school in Gaza City that was being used as a shelter. Meantime, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says Israel has accepted a proposal to bridge differences holding up a ceasefire and hostage release, and he's calling on Hamas to do the same. But now the Israeli military says it's uncovered the bodies of 6 hostages taken in the October attack. Manisa Dendabalan has been following all of the developments. Manisa, a lot happening here, but let's start with the ceasefire talks. Where are they at tonight?
Nicole, Israel wants lasting control over 2 strategic corridors in Gaza, which Hamas has long rejected. The dispute threatens to unravel ceasefire talks. Officials familiar with the negotiations say Israel wants a lasting military presence in a buffer zone along the Gaza-Egypt border and in an area Israeli forces carved out to cut off northern Gaza from the south. The Israeli military says an overnight operation in Gaza has uncovered the bodies of 6 hostages who were taken in the October Hamas attack.
We always hope. I hoped until this morning that maybe somebody get mistaken. Like a phoenix, he will rise out from the ashes now. It will not happen.
The son of one of the hostages killed says Israeli authorities delayed signing a ceasefire deal and bringing the hostages back alive.
I expect Bibi Netanyahu to do the deal or keep on the deal running until he gets everybody out. By him delaying getting to this point, when we're playing some kind of who says what and games that what does what, help who.
The nephew of another dead hostage saying his uncle was abandoned by his government.
So yeah, Hamas took him, but the continuous abandonment is on the hands of the Israeli government.
This comes as U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visits Egypt and Doha today, pushing for areas of possible progress on a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal. Talks are planned for later this week with major areas of dispute left unresolved. Blinken urging Hamas to accept a U.S. bridging proposal after Israel accepted yesterday.
But once that happens, we also have to complete the detailed implementation agreements that go along with putting the ceasefire into effect. And it's very important that everyone do what's necessary to bring the flexibility to the table.
Egyptian security sources say further ceasefire talks in Cairo this week are contingent on agreement over a security mechanism for the so-called Philadelphia corridor between Egypt and Gaza. Sources said the U.S. has proposed an international presence in the area, a suggestion that could be accepted if it was limited to a maximum of 6 months. Meanwhile, in Gaza, the death toll continues to climb. Palestinian civil defense authorities say this video shows the moment an Israeli airstrike hit an empty hotel in Gaza City today. Also in Gaza, workers and volunteers were seen searching through the rubble of a destroyed school building for bodies or survivors. The Palestinian civil defense says roughly 700 people were taking shelter at the school when it was hit by an airstrike, killing at least 10 people. A mother crying, saying, "Our children, we don't know where our young girls, my dears, where are they?" Israel's military said its Air Force struck Hamas militants operating a command and control center embedded in a Gaza City school compound. Hamas denies Israeli allegations that it uses schools and hospitals for military purposes. In a news conference today, Israel's military spokesman said Israel is determined to bring home all the hostages and they will not give up on them. But he declined to say how many hostages were still alive.